Okay guys, we're just gonna do a casual run through again. We're playing with some randoms, but we're gonna show you guys some specific guns that I like to use. Maybe teach you guys the actual attachments and stuff like that for specific weapons. So, if you have questions on what specific weapons to use and things like that, I can always do a breakdown of exactly what you guys will need when it comes to weapons. So in a casual, jumping this far, you may not want to jump that far, to be 100% honest with you. Here wouldn't be bad. You're gonna have a lot of the real players. I would preferably go up to Severny, but because they've already marked, I will go with them, because no matter what you do, you should roll with your people. Okay. And readjust. So, figuring out where to go really doesn't matter. Hit your bumper, and you can look around. That's your right bumper, guys, just if you aren't 100% sure. I don't know what it is on PlayStation, but on Xbox you can hit that and freely look around to see where people are at. I held down for a little too long. I was going to head back to those apartments, but I will head straight to this apartment. I'm not going to do it, but if you guys have the radio messages on right, you guys can click down or double click on your right analog stick, and it will show you, it'll ping or make a mark. So here we have an M4, not to be confused with the M4 or the M16, sorry. So here we're going to pick up that attachment. Pick up that, so another M4. If you grab a vest, now I can actually pick up the ammo for the gun. And I will show you guys the rest of it in a minute as soon as I find something better. So this one is the barrel, and I will show you guys in this. So you have your barrel attachment right here. You have your grip. You have your mag. And then for this one, you have a tack stock that you'll have to have, and then you have a candid sight position. So you don't need to have all of those filled. I would recommend having them filled to make it play or use it to the best of your ability, if that makes sense. These are not the guns that I'm going to stick with. I'm just picking them up to show you guys. So I have the M4 right now, so that way I can, you know, shoot people with it. So here we have a quick draw mag. This does not make your mag any larger. It just makes it so your reload speed is faster. Let's see how. Sorry about that. And then you have your throwables. So if you want to switch your throwables, you have it right here. If you go down to it and you hit A, it'll switch it out. Now, if you pick it up from the menu, so like we'll drop this and we can see it right here. If you go over to it and you just click, you know, A, you'll pick it up. But you want to make sure they're equipped, which you can see down underneath where the guns are on the right side of my screen. So you can actually see what attachments we have. Probably shouldn't walk around without this loaded. Just be on the safe side. So here is a barrel attachment. This is a flash hider. I recommend having those if you do not want to be seen. Energy drink, syringe is always a plus. More sights, a crossbow. Crossbow's got its own built-in sight, but you can always attach more weapons to it. Okay, so here's a good example. This is a a foregrip that you'll need. And then here you have your SMGs, comps, and stuff like that. Knowing how much ammo each of your weapons has is extremely important. So here, I'm going to switch out for the Mosin, which is a sniper rifle. This is a bolty. Well, I made a mistake. I put it on the wrong gun. So you just re-click A. Click here. Since I have the M4 out, just click down and switch. And we can drop it. Because we don't need to have all of that extra. Having 100 rounds for your bolty is probably more than enough. Learn your buttons to be able to check. You can see all of your gear on the one side. So you can see we have a level 2 helmet already. Level 2 bag, level 2 vest. Here's the level 2 helmet on the ground, but we don't have any bandages. Bandages are extremely important for when you're in a vehicle. You cannot use an actual first aid kit or a med kit when you're inside of a vehicle. Now, I prefer the bison, so I'm gonna switch out, which I know can kind of be a waste for some people, but I like how sturdy the bison is. It's something that I can use at close range. It holds 53 rounds in total. Here's an extended mag for a sniper. The Mosin and the Kark do not take that, but the M24 bolty sniper rifle does, and then all of the other weapons are snipers, like the Mini, the MK12, the SKS, the SLR. So this is the tac stock that I was talking about, that you will need this tac stock for the Mutant, that potentially the Ace. I can't remember if the Ace does or not, but you need the tac stock for your Mutant and your Vector and your M4. Okay, it's essential to have that, no matter how you look at it. So we're gonna go back downstairs. We're gonna grab those 9s that we ran past when we looked at the Uzi. Having enough of these is very a smart idea. So that's the 7s we don't need. I can't remember if there's some 9s over here or not. There was. So we have 247 rounds out of clip. More than enough. Vault through a window, just hit A. Go in. If I didn't tell you guys how to do this, if you hit your right bumper, it'll put you into first person. Turn that down a little bit. So this has already been hit, I think, by our guys. So I like to have about almost 300 rounds of Bison ammo, just because for me, having the extra ammo in the Bison, it helps, because you go through ammo like massive when you're shooting at people and stuff like that. So we're just doing a quick check. I apologize for my son in the background. He is playing with his cousins right now. So these guys basically wiped out in here, but we want to make sure that we are hearing everything that we need to hear. Sorry. Turn that down a little bit. That way I can actually still hear. We have not found a flash hider yet. So here, I have an extra. I have 4 first aids, 5 bandages, and adrenaline. I really don't need to hold the adrenaline, so we'll use that now. I like to carry 5 first aids, 5 bandages, and then stems, 1 or 2 throwables. Everybody's a little bit different. You will see the professionals definitely carrying a lot more throwables, so they carry less ammo, which is not a bad thing, especially when you're fighting people. If you're using a gun that is common, like the 5.56 or 7.62s, you're going to find those on bodies constantly, so it's not going to hurt you if you have less ammo. But for me, because I'm using 9s, it's smarter if I have, the extra ammo on me, because it's not very often you find people running around with 9s. So we have not gotten much action here. Now you have a gas can. So one interesting thing is, if you equip the gas can, the minute you go to a car and you get into the car, if you don't have space in your backpack, that gas can will go on the ground. So that is something definitely to keep in mind when you're trying to figure out why your gas can disappeared. It didn't disappear. It's just on the ground where you left it. So here's the SK like I was talking about. I had the extended mag because I was hoping to find an M24, but I mean, I still carry at least 5 rounds in the M24. The extended mag simply allows me... Thank you. It simply allows me to have 8 rounds in the M24 instead of 5. So I don't always like searching these buildings 100%. So we actually had somebody who disconnected. So here's a level 3 bag. Definitely nice to have a level 3 bag, because it actually makes your bar full. So if you go to pick up something and you realize that your bar is not full, or you can see, like if I drop the ammo, you can see right there that if I drop it, all of that red disappears. So I dropped the molly because I'm not uber worried about that. I've got the other stuff. Now we see a suppressor. Ooh. Always love these suppressors on the Bison. And then, like I said, we're just doing a quick... So, and then there's a Kark. We'll switch it out and we'll use the Kark. The Kark and the Mosin, they do the exact same damage, so don't worry about that when it comes to sniping. The M24 does do a little bit more damage, depending on what you hit. Now, like, here's the 6 times. We're going to switch that out. I usually roll a 4, but I will use a 6 to show you guys how to zero those in and things like that. So let's make sure we have stems. So we're already low on our bar. I'm getting them follows. Sorry, guys. Anyways, so keep your yellow bar, which is your stem bar, up if you can. Attachment, which is great. Now we have 3 throwables total. Having that cheek pad definitely helps with your shots, making them a little bit more accurate. I think I want to say the cheek pad helps with the extra sway that you end up with on your weapon when you're looking down the sights. Like I said, we're just doing a quick look. During casuals, yeah, I can't pick up that. During casuals, you can, oh, where was I going with that thought? Jiminy. Okay, I probably have more than I need when it comes to stems and stuff like that, but, so in casuals, you have a better chance of finding, level 3 vest is what I was trying to say. So here, we're randomly looking around, to be honest with you. I'm trying to find some sort of barrel attachment for my sniper. Because it's nice to have a compensator, which allows for the better accuracy and stuff like that, or a flash hider so people don't see it. We're going to mark this for them, another suppressor. Now, I just click down on my D-pad to mark that level 3 bag for my teammates. When you're going through, you could click all of the heals, click ammo, especially if you know what your buddies are running. Like, you can tell them, hey, it's on me, but if you mark it, it stays there for them so they can actually see it. So, getting low. I'll end up grabbing it again. I'll grab another one. Use and grab. If they need a level 3 bag, they'll come get it. If they don't, they're not worried about it. We actually had one person disconnect already, so we don't have all of those extra pain meds up here. I was going to mark the pain meds, but I did not mark the pain meds because I marked that level 3 bag, and I felt like people might want to see that level 3 bag more than the painkillers, to be 100% honest with you. So we'll just clear the roof really quick. Get a view. So this is the MK12. It's the other 5 sniper rifle. Here's your SCAR. It's a fully automatic. Knowing what's automatic and what's not is definitely something that is extremely important. Because if you don't know what you're shooting, it could cause you issues. Wow, I can actually see that care package from here. Usually you can't see them that far out, but I can. Now I'm not going to see anybody roll up to it, say like how it disappeared. It's so I know it's there, but if you have an 8x scope or a 6x, so an 8x scope, when you're zooming out, there's a 0 distancing. If you look at the bottom, I can't really point at it because on my screen, but if you look at the bottom, it says zeroing distance is 100 meters. You cannot change that on your 6x. On an 8x, though, you can change it. You can literally adjust it. If you think a person's 400 meters out or roughly, you just click up, or I think it's up on your thing, and it'll go up, and then you can readjust. But that'll allow you to keep where your red dot right in the center of your sight is on them. So if you shoot at 400 meters and you see the bullet go straight over their head at a good distance, then zero it back down. Another nifty thing about the 6x and the 8x is if you hold your trigger to scope, you hold your bumper, your right bumper, and you take your left analog stick and you pull it down, it'll bring it back in, making it like a 3x. On an 8x, it'll make it a 4x. So you can readjust. You don't have to stop it. You could literally stop in between wherever you feel like is more comfortable for you guys to, you know, go in and out. So makes it a little bit easier for your shots to land. You know what I mean? And then if you like to be able to, you know, zoom out a little bit, or you're like, oh, hey, this person's a little bit closer, so I really want to have a better shot, you just zoom in a little bit, and it works. Figuring out how far out they are with a 6 times, a 4 times, 3 times, 2 times, all of that. If you're running the 4 times or whatever, and you're running it on a carc, you're not gonna know the distance, and it eventually is bullet drop. So that is something to definitely take into account when you're running the MK, the Mini, all of those. There's a drop as well. I don't have game audio, so I'm not 100% sure why, but I cannot hear the game. There we go. Figured that out. I had a little bit of issue. I went over here to look for a vehicle, if you guys were wondering what I was trying to do. We've been in zone, which is not a bad thing, but we haven't really seen any action either, so which kind of sucks, because it doesn't really give you guys the full experience of the game, so I do apologize. Extended mag for DMR. So you're looking for like the smallest movements too, okay guys? So one thing that I get asked a lot when I'm playing is, how the hell did I see the person? Well, for me, I play on a monitor with my Xbox, but I can actually, I've played it enough that I can see when something doesn't look right, or I see some small little ant moving, and I'm like, oh hey, there's a person. Or when we're playing like in a town like this and I hear somebody running, you'll see me look down at my map and I'll be like, oh, that's not my buddies. My buddies are not close to me. So I will step to the side. I don't want to say hide, but I will enough to be able to sit there and say, okay, I don't know where they're at. We need to figure it out. And I'll wait. I don't try to just go running out willy-nilly, because 9 times out of 10, I'm the one that's going to get shot. This is just me doing a side view right now of some of these buildings, because we've got to get to zone. I really would love to have an attachment for my sniper, but it's okay. If I don't, I don't. I need to mute those guys. I don't know what they're gonna say, and I do not want to be responsible for them saying something they should not. If you're not 100% sure how to mute people, man, I've been finding stuff that I don't need. If you hold down the 3-line button, back button I think it is, hold that down, it'll take you into your menu. Your settings and stuff like that. You click over to their name and hit A to mute, or you can just push left on the D-pad or right to volume down, volume up, if you don't want to get rid of the game chat in general, because I like having the actual game chat, so I can actually hear them, because sometimes people don't know how to use the ping system, so they will they'll yell out things, you know what I mean? Sorry. So had to ask my son to quiet down a little bit. So, I mean, we're not far from zone. I think they already hit this care package, but we'll go look. I know nobody's going to be uber close to me right here. That's why I have my sniper out. Yeah, they've already hit it. So, sometimes your buddies will tell you if they've hit it, they'll mark things, and they'll be like, oh, hey, I've already hit this, so don't worry about it, you know? Sorry, wipe my hands off. To auto run, if you pull and you just double click on your left analog stick, you can auto run, which is really helpful when you have a long distance to run. Holding Y puts your gun away. Hitting Y just brings it back out. Y to switch. This is the beat. This is the energy of rock and roll angels. Sorry, guys. I'm getting them follows. So, like I said, I'm really not needing anything. Now, another helpful thing is if you don't want to go into your stuff and go all the way down and go to your stuff, hold down on your D-pad. And then once this comes up, let go of it. Use your bumpers to move over to specific things and hit A. And you can auto-use. Not really auto-use, but you can use them. That way, oh, he reconnected. I just noticed that. Our level... Well, level. Our number our number third. Our third person reconnected. So these guys are fighting with somebody. I'm not sure who they're fighting with. Turn the volume a smidge down because gunfire can get a little bit louder. I'm getting a lot of follows, but I don't... I found my Trovo account, which is weird. 'Cause I'm not even live on Trovo. So, sitting where I'm at is probably not smart, but he's shooting that direction, so it makes me think... So that's a real player. So we're gonna go upstairs in this building, see if we can get a sight on him. So you do not want to stand in one spot the entire time, because then you become uber obvious to them. Like, I saw him jumping around, but I don't know if he stayed in that building or if he moved. All of us in this building together. Not a smart idea. Do not stay in the same building. I mean, you could be in the same building, but try not to be in the same spot. Because that definitely can make things very, very bad. One good grenade or C4 will take us all out. So I'm not 100% sure where this dude went. Somebody sees him, I think, but I do not. So they may be in the other building. Oh, there's a different car rolling in. Again, guys, I do not know why I'm getting a bunch of Trovo notifications for people following, because I'm not live on Trovo, so I do apologize. Okay, so these guys have got to be in the house, but they shot that vehicle driving by. So we need to be very cautious on that vehicle, because it's not the same team. Sometimes other people will give you indications. Now, if you're playing casual mode, bots will fire at players randomly, sometimes giving away their location, which is kind of a plus. So don't automatically try to snipe or shoot the actual players quite yet, because sometimes it's beneficial to let the bots do it. So this, I'm gonna run first person so I can actually see, because I can run forward and I can hold my I can hold the button to be able to. I'm gonna take damage right here because I didn't have enough speed, which I didn't want to do, but we're gonna take another painkiller really quick so we have it. I want to have a vehicle just in case, because it looks like we're gonna have to end up moving. Let's see if we can get any sights. Oh. Those are potentially bots. And my shots are missing, so we need to... We got one. Seeing where they're at, trying to get those shots is definitely important. Standing still is not always the best move, but we're gonna try to see if we can snag this headshot. I don't know who's hitting what, to be honest with you. Come on, guys. Do y'all see how far zone is? on, guys. Hit X. Zone is... So he's taking his sweet time to hit the button. Come on. So you don't want to be waiting until zone moves like these guys did. That was a little rough. But I want to try to get us into another spot to where we have an advantage. So... I'm gonna grab these trees up here. I don't want to... Okay, try not to catch on your homies. But as you can see, the one vehicle's right there. We have 6 people left. Oh, look, a box. So there's 4 of us, which means there's only 2 people left. So throwing grenades is not a bad idea. So he was not an instant, so we are looking for his homie. And we got it. So I minus the shooting. I went to double click to tell him that he was right here at the tree. Because telling more people where they are is extremely important. And people get uber happy and they start clicking the buttons and everything else like that. So it does give an option in the corner to party up. I don't really want to party up with these guys because the communication was not there. So just clicked your 3 line and it put me into the party with them. So if you accidentally take your time and you do that, when you go back to the lobby, just hold B and leave the team. So it's one of the easiest things to do. That was not a very active gameplay, but it gives you guys an idea of what you should be doing and what you shouldn't. So like right here we had 5 normal casual modes. We're up in the 20s, 30 kills, you know, as a team. So that was the breakdown of how I play casuals with other people that are not communicating. So hopefully that helps you guys, and you guys all have a wonderful day.